This project took me a full year to complete. But what did I learn from building my first ever camper van? I'm going to tell you 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my first DIY van build, while I'm working on my second conversion. One of the first things I learned was just how difficult it was going to be. Starting as a complete novice, I remember buying supplies for my first job, the subfloor. For a few days, I just sat there and I was wondering how I was going to do it. And to be completely honest with you guys, I was scared. I really was. It got to the point where I either quit before I even started, or I'd build the van. Thankfully, determination outweighed my fear, so I got to work. So yes, building a van is hard work, but don't let that scare you away. All great things in life happen because of hard work, and I will never regret building that van a day in my life. I learned so much throughout that experience, which brings us to the second thing I learned. You have to learn as you go. There are so many different aspects to building a van. Carpentry, electrical, plumbing, mechanics, insulation. There is so much to learn. I get that it can be intimidating, but prior to starting my van build, I had taken woodwork in high school twice, maybe 3 times, but that was the extent of my knowledge. If you are serious about building your van, you just need to start. Trying to learn everything before will cause you to never start. It's safe to say that most people write out a budget for their van build. It's also safe to say you should probably double it. I was working at a fishing shop at the time of that build, and I'm not exaggerating when I say I put every paycheck into that van. It got to the point where an employee at Home Depot started recognizing me because I was stopping in there every single day after my shift. But I'm not the only one saying to double your budget. Many people in the community have mentioned the exact same thing. And one of the reasons why this is true, if you're a beginner, you have to buy all of your tools. Your table saw, miter saw, drills, riv nuts, jigsaw, and many more that you wouldn't really expect. Tools are not cheap, and if you don't have friends or family with a collection of them, you'll end up spending a lot of money. Here on Vancouver Island, we just had daylight savings, which means we bring our clocks back an hour. So right now, the sun sets at around 4:50. Which I really don't like because using my tools in darkness feels like I'm using them at midnight and I'm disturbing everyone, when in reality it's just 5 p.m. But let me show you guys what we got done today. The first thing that we did is we just extended this nice rubber matting to about halfway into the wheel well. Don't worry, I'm going to take off this tape later. I'm just waiting for it to all dry. The second thing we did is we made a nice box around the wheel well and also stuffed it with insulation. And you may be wondering why I only did one side, but that is because we have an over wheel well water tank for this side. And the last thing that we got done today is we put up a few furring strips. I know this isn't much, but I kind of ran out of time. I have some other stuff to do today. That being said, I did pre-cut a ton of other ones right there. So we will be good to go tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to be done for today. But I will see you tomorrow for the last 2 things I learned during my first DIY van build. Alright, it's the next day, and as you can see, we've already made a few changes. I'll quickly run down what we did, and I'll give you the last 2 things I learned. So I put up a furring strip on the top side of the whole length of the van, and I just extended these 2 further up. So today's job is just putting up more of these furring strips. Alright, back to the topic of the video. The 4th thing building a van taught me was resilience through frustration. You will make mistakes in your van build. It is inevitable. And I made quite a few. For example, I had originally made shelves instead of upper head cabinets, and I ended up hating them. So instead of being compliant with the shelves that I hated, I completely redesigned new upper head cabinets. One of the most frustrating mistakes I made while building the van has to be when I over tightened a bolt into a riv nut, causing it to lose grip and spin. I sat in my van at around 11 p.m. for probably over an hour trying to get the bolt out. But I never gave up. This van build really did give me the skills to work through anything, no matter the difficulty. The last thing I learned from building a camper van is general life skills and how to be a handyman. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but it's pretty cool and rewarding when you're the guy that can just fix something on the fly. Building a van teaches you how to use tools. It gets you familiar with electrical and plumbing work, and maybe even a little bit of mechanics. These are great skills to have in this day and age where we use those amenities every single day. There have been multiple times at my home, my job, at a friend's place where I'm the one fixing a problem, all because I gained basic trades knowledge from building a van. Well, that was 5 things that I learned during my first ever camper van build. Maybe I'll make a similar video when I'm done my second build. Well, in 2 days, we were able to extend the back rubber mat a little bit further. We also made an insulated box for the driver's side wheel well, and we almost put in all the furring strips on this side of the van. There is a reason why I didn't put any furring strips right here, and that is because I am putting a bunk window right in this spot. I have to figure out all the framing once the window is in. That's why I left it blank. But so far, I'm loving how this looks. And one thing to note, I do still need to put another layer of thinsulate in these bigger cavities. If you want to see me build the rest of this van, consider subscribing to the channel. I plan on making videos throughout the entire build process of this van, and if you're building a van yourself, these videos might come in handy, who knows. And I forgot to mention at the very beginning, this video is day 3 of the van build. If you've made it this far into my 14th video, I can't thank you enough. And I also want to thank you guys one more time for all the support on my last video. It means the world to me. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, maybe even a comment. It really does help out the channel. And with that, I'll see you guys next time.